Hi, I'm Mary Jo. I've been a nurse for 50 years. I've lost over 100 pounds as a postmenopausal woman and reversed chronic disease in my life. Recently, I've been asked by people, so what do you eat and what do you mean by a high plant based diet? Or a high nutrient plant based diet is probably better said. So, here are just some typical ideas of things that I might choose to eat, but certainly it is not all of them. Sometimes in the morning I have a berry bowl. I like to put chia seeds, hemp seeds, and flax seeds, a little non dairy. All of a sudden I'm on a soy milk kick. I found a organic, unsweetened soy milk that has no additives to it, and I just love it. And then I'll put fruit on top and maybe a couple broken up walnut pieces on top of that. If I want to make it even more fascinating, I might add a little vanilla or some cinnamon to it. Other days, what I really enjoy is a bowl of oatmeal. Overnight oats makes breakfast in the morning a snap if anybody's interested. You just put your oatmeal and with some non-dairy milk, or you could use water, and you let it sit overnight, and then you can complement it. Now, I think it's a great idea if I'm having oatmeal for breakfast to use some flax seeds or chia seeds in the oatmeal for those lignans that are important for women in particular, but also for men. I got to watch what I'm saying here. And I can go two different directions. I mean, I could put some berries on it, which makes it a delectable treat. Or this has become my favorite. It's going to sound wacko, but I will steam like some deep leafy greens, some broccoli, onion, garlic, maybe. Put in a little red pepper, maybe a little tomato. I don't know. Get creative. Put in whatever. And so I steam these veggies. So then I put oatmeal that's already cooked in the bowl, and I add to it nutritional yeast, turmeric. And now at this point in time, get creative. You could consider onion powder, garlic powder, Mrs. Dash, Italian seasoning, chipotle, cayenne pepper, black pepper. I mean, the sky's the limit. Find a combination you particularly enjoy. And then put in those vegetables. And this is a savory oatmeal. And oh my gosh, I have such a sweet tooth, but I love savory oatmeal. Here's another as absolutely easy breakfast. I like to get colored wraps. Now, some people find them too hearty, and so you could steam them for a minute. And but I don't care that they're hearty, and I rinse them off. Now, a collard green is this big green leafy thing with a stem. So I pull off one half here, one half here. Now, here I get creative. I could put a little almond butter, a little cashew butter. I make a chocolate hummus. So sometimes I put a little chocolate hummus on there and maybe a few banana slices or a few apple slices. And then I put some berries, whatever berries, strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, whatever berries I have, or pomegranate seeds, or whatever. And I roll them up. So I have this rolled up fruity breakfast wrap, which I get really hooked on that after a while. So those are three different breakfast ideas. Now for lunch, usually for me, it's a giant salad. And my other half thinks I'm crazy because he thinks my salads are too big. But I mean, it is a giant, at least a 9-inch bowl salad. I mean, and I stuff it full of the green stuff. Lettuces, do not underestimate the power of lettuce. It's wonderful. It may not have the same micronutrient complement as some of your deep, dark, leafy greens, but it is still an excellent food. So throw in some different lettuces, throw in some, I love arugula. Not everybody does. It has a kind of a peppery taste, but I put in arugula. Sometimes I'll put in baby kale. And, oh, I love cabbage. So I cut up some cabbage, put in a quarter of a cup of cabbage. So I always make sure I get plenty of cruciferous vegetables in there. I like to put broccoli in there. I buy more broccoli than cauliflower. I don't know why. It seems like it stays a little longer. Maybe that's it. Any vegetables, maybe some red pepper, whatever you want to do. And so I make this giant salad, and then I either put on a flavored vinegar with a few nuts and seeds, or I will make a nut or seed based dressing. And one of these days, I have to show you how to do that. I mean, you can do all sorts of things, but like you could take cashews, hemp seeds, vinegar. Dijon mustard seems to complement everything. And you can, right, you can create different things, put in different seasonings. I mean, put in some lemon juice. It's just amazing what you can actually create with nuts and seeds. That's not really a very valid recipe, but that's what I do. Okay, I oftentimes have some form of bean associated with this. I might make a cheesy bean hummus. Okay, I shouldn't call it a cheesy bean hummus because it's a no cheese bean hummus, but it has nutritional yeast in it. I think it's delicious. Maybe my palate had to heal before I thought that, but to me it tastes like cheese. I love it, absolutely love it. Can't get enough of the dumb stuff. I might make a bean burger, or I have this lentil muffin thing that I make. So there's some sort of bean that complements my salad. Some people might want a vegetable bean soup, but I'm going to hold off on that. So dinner, and I find that I eat a fairly good sized lunch, and dinner is my Achilles heel because for some reason, some days I just want to keep eating, but it's really, am I really hungry? No. So you can tell I'm an emotional eater, and that will be another discussion we'll have. So what I love to do in the evenings, sometimes during the summer, I'll make another salad, or maybe I'll only have 2 meals that day. In the evening, a vegetable bean soup or a chili soup. Like I made just a very easy chili recipe with chili powder, cumin, tomatoes, some diced tomatoes, plenty of black beans, mushrooms. I'll put mushrooms in everything. They're so good for you. Onions, garlic, and some corn and whatever else I had in the house, and it is delicious. And I made a very simple cornbread recipe to complement it. Now my cornbread recipe does not have any animal products in it. It's like cornmeal, oatmeal, non-dairy milk with flaxseed, and probably a tablespoon of baking powder, and some dates. And the milk, the flaxseed, and the dates, I put in a food processor, and then I combine my ingredients, put it in a pan, or you can plop this over your chili if you want. I find it gets too gooey that way, so I just put it in a pan. I think it's really wonderful. Now, I've had fruit this morning, and so I probably will finish off my day with some sort of sorbet. My favorite is chocolate cherries. 1 tablespoon unsweetened cocoa powder, dark sweet frozen cherries, unsweetened non-dairy milk. Once again, I'm on a soy milk kick, but it could be almond milk, it could be something else. And I just go, and to me that's plenty sweet enough. I absolutely love it. And when I'm feeling quite decadent, I might top it off with a dollop of what I call avocado pudding. And delish, I cannot tell you how delicious it is. Also, do you know there's chocolate vinegar on the market? If you wanted to, you could put a little of that over it. Or you could take frozen bananas and make what Dr. Furman calls nice cream by adding flavoring if you want, non-dairy, unsweetened milk, bananas. I mean, and the sky's the limit. You could add cinnamon. You could add nuts. I mean, you can add anything you want. You could, if it's not sweet enough, you could add dates. But I always find it quite sweet enough. And when I make the vanilla nice cream, I really love that dollop of avocado pudding on top. So there you go. That's pretty much my day. I don't know if that sounds like a lot of food, too little food, or what have you. But it's become for me a delicious way of eating. I actually have gone a couple different places, and there was a meal I used to like to order at a particular restaurant. My daughter ordered it. She said, "Do you want a bite?" And I said, "Yeah, I want a bite." And it's lost its allure. I preferred what I was eating to this meal that I would have thought 10 years ago was God's gift to mankind. So I've had a real revolution in taste. The only place where I still have some problems is that I have always been a highly emotional eater. And if life gets tough, it seems like even though I reach for really quite healthy food, I can overdo it quite easily. But recently, I've been just experiencing the joy of being hungry, the joy of this delicious bounty of food, and the joy of feeling satisfied. And now, the freedom to do something else with my life besides think about food. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for listening. I hope it's been of some help. But remember, this really should be all about you and what you need and what you want. You are so important to the rest of us. So take good care of you. And for now, goodbye from Nurse Mary Jo. Have a great day.